it's Jay. Today we're going to be finishing up my series on cozy fragrances, and today we're going to be talking about the spicy cozy fragrances. So these, in my opinion, are good for going out or for staying in. They're sweet enough and spicy enough to withstand the colder temperatures, and they are also sweet enough and cozy enough to wear if you're just gonna spend a night in. So I think the first one I'll talk about is a house that I really like, and I wish this fragrance got a little more attention. It's a little bit expensive, so I understand, but I feel like everybody should at least give it a try. This is by the House of Fuegia, 1833, and this is Zakotl. This is a boozy fragrance. There's rum in here. There's cacao, and I learned the difference between cacao and cocoa. So they're both the bean that's in a powder form, but cacao has not been roasted. Cocoa has been roasted. So this has cacao, and it's also mixed with vanilla, and there is a floral note. There's orchid. Orchid is a fantasy note. You can't get a smell from orchid out from the actual flower. So I do get a floral element in this fragrance, but I cannot say, I mean, it's listed as orchid, so we'll just say that. But it's a beautiful fragrance. It's definitely woody. I would say it's mostly soft, woody, floral. You get hints of that cacao, that chocolate in the background. It's not prominent, and you definitely get a vanilla feel from this too. But this one is very, very nice. I feel like this is a unisex fragrance, so it has enough sweetness that I want to wear it, but I don't feel like it's overly sweet to where if you're a man and you don't like, you know, even if you do like sweet fragrances, but if you don't like over-the-top sweetness, I feel like you would still want to give this a try. So this is Zakotl by Fuegia, 1833. The next one is Nishane Ani. This one is black currant. This is cardamom. This is ginger at the top. Vanilla. There's benzoin. Green notes. Don't forget the green notes. This is a green vanilla, creamy green vanilla fragrance with that ginger spice and the black currant. Those are the things that stand out the most to me. And it's just really, really beautiful. So this is cozy as well. That creaminess makes it cozy, but like I said, it's also strong enough to withstand those colder temperatures. So this is Ani by Nishane. The next one I have is marketed toward men, but there's definitely enough sweetness in here to where I want to wear it. This is L'Homme Idéal by Guerlain, and this is the EDP. There's that tart but sweet cherry at the top. There's tobacco, there's tonka, there's leather, but I feel suede. I feel like it's softer. So it's softer because of the suede. The tonka makes it a little soft and powdery, vanillic. There's vanilla in here as well. And I think I said tobacco, but if I didn't, there's tobacco in here. This is a beautiful fragrance. So ladies, try this one out, and gentlemen too. It's a gentlemanly fragrance. So it's very soft and just beautiful. So that's L'Homme Idéal by Guerlain. The next one I have, if I had to pick out of all of these for this category, cozy but spicy, I probably wouldn't need any other fragrance besides Oajan by Parfums de Marly. It's definitely one of my favorites. Heavy cinnamon, but vanilla, just smooth, and it's soft and it's smooth. There's honey in here, and I think that's just to sweeten it up because I don't necessarily smell a honey note in standing out from anything else. So this is Oajan by Parfums de Marly. One thing I would say, do you guys see how the atomizer is? The ring around it gets stuck in the cap. And so that's maybe something that you want to pay attention to. These fragrances are not cheap, so I don't like that it did that, but what's inside makes up for it. I guess I could try to dig it out, but I don't know, maybe someone else. My Harrod bottle did that too. I don't know if anybody else had that issue. But I mean, it sprays just fine, you know. There's no issues with it. Just annoying, you know, you want it to stay, the packaging to stay luxurious. The next one I have is Tom Ford Noir Parfum. This is kulfi. I looked up kulfi and it's a milky dessert. It looked like there was pistachios, but I don't get any nuttiness from this fragrance at all. There's ginger, where the spice comes from. Vanilla, there are florals in this fragrance, and I definitely get some florals, but it's not a floral fragrance. I see that they add just something to it, so it's not just spice, you know, it's a floral, spicy, creamy vanilla. It's just beautiful. There's sandalwood in here as well. This is, I would say this is up there with Oajan also. So this is beautiful, soft and spicy and beautiful. This is Tom Ford Noir Parfum. The next one I have, I also feel is unisex. Oajan is marketed toward men as far as Parfums de Marly go, but as you see, it's sweet enough for me. So this one is a dry sweetness. This is Tonka Imperial by Guerlain. There is rosemary in here, tonka, vanilla, tobacco, and it is dry, so almost on the powdery side, but I feel like this is a gentlemanly fragrance as well, but with enough sweetness, again, that I feel like I want to wear it. I really enjoy this fragrance, and it lasts a long time as well. So this is Tonka Imperial by Guerlain. Pretty simple, but it's very, very nice. A gourmand fragrance, and I've mentioned this one before as well. This is Tendre Madeline, and this is very inexpensive, by Laurence Dumont. This is an orangey shortbread cookie with cinnamon on it. You get it right away. When I've had this fragrance, I didn't get the cinnamon until I was looking for the cinnamon, and now it's very prominent when I smell it. I can't unsmell it, so it's definitely there. So I feel like it's not so prominent that this is, like a cinnamon fragrance, but it's definitely more than just a vanilla and orange fragrance. It's a little bit spicy, but what's more cozy than a vanilla fragrance? So I had to add this one on the list. Again, that's Tendre Madeline by Laurence Dumont. This next fragrance, some people say that it is harsh in the beginning, and I feel like that can be because I feel like that applies to people who maybe aren't familiar with amber, or who just have a hard time with amber in general. But myself, I like ambery fragrances. I've definitely smelled harsher ambers than this. I feel like the amber just makes it spicy, but there's enough vanilla in here that it just smooths it out. And I feel like it's smooth from the beginning. So the amber is a little bit spicy, but also sweet enough with the addition of the vanilla that it's definitely a smooth fragrance, if you ask me. So if you like amber, if you're used to amber, I feel like you would think that this was a smooth fragrance. This is a unisex fragrance as well, so both men and women can wear it. This, again, is soft enough. It's definitely sweet enough to be a fragrance that you want to cozy up to somebody with. But I can also see, you dressed up and you wearing nice clothes. This would also fit well with your outfit. So this is Soir by Francis Kurkdjian. Very nice. Okay, this next one is by a house called Rance, and the fragrance is called Leticia. And I hope you can see it well enough. I'll try to get it closer. This was a tester bottle. There we go. It's Rance, $17.95. So in here, there's Tolu Balsam, there's vanilla, there's nutmeg, and that's what I really, so whenever I smell nutmeg, it's creamy to me, but also spicy. There's vanilla in here, patchouli in here. All of these things sound like they're gonna be beast. All of these are heavy, heavy notes. But when I spray this fragrance and when I wear this fragrance, it definitely stays within my bubble. So this is not gonna knock people out, but it's also a very, very It's rich. This is a rich fragrance. I don't hear many people talk about this either, but it's also spicy. I think there's amber in here. No, actually, it's just patchouli, Tolu balsam, vanilla. Oh, there's labdanum, and I think labdanum is like a leathery note. It gives a leathery. I don't get much suede or leather. Just the patchouli, the vanilla. I get that Tolu balsam for sure. It kind of feels like amber, and that nutmeg. You can't deny the nutmeg. So this is one, if you haven't tried, I feel like it's worth getting your hands on, because when it dries down, it's just smooth, it's creamy. That nutmeg gives it that spice, and it sits nice and close. It doesn't you know, knock people out with its projection. So this is I would say very feminine. The next one I have is Tom Ford Vanille Fatale. This one has a suede note in it. There's rum in here, so it's a little bit woody. So it's spicy, a little bit spice, a little bit leather. But when this dries down, it is vanilla, of course, with the other notes also. It never becomes just a pure vanilla fragrance. But the vanilla in here is why I like this so much. The other things add some depth to it and make it more interesting. But the vanilla is like very sweet, like a baker's vanilla. So everything mixed together. This is very smooth and sweet, a little bit dry because of the suede, but everything just mixes so well. It has enough sweetness, a little more than enough sweetness for me. This is unisex as well. It's beautiful. So this is Tom Ford Vanille Fatale. And the last one I have is Diptyque, and this is Eau Duelle. This is the EDT. And I mentioned in another video, if you haven't seen my Ani review, my fragrant trip, you should watch that. But since we're talking about it now, this fragrance is a rich vanilla. You definitely get that vanilla, but it's green. And again, I take the green notes to be piney. They feel piney to me. So that's what I get most from this fragrance. It has good lasting power. And it's beautiful. It's nice and cozy. Like I said, that vanilla is rich and sweet. But this one, I feel like could be worn by a man as well. Could be unisex. So that is Eau Duelle, the EDT by Diptyque. So those are all of my spicy, cozy fragrances. What fragrances do you guys have in this category that you like to wear during this time of year? Like I said, all of these are good for this time of year, and I feel like they'd go well into winter. I feel like they're that concentrated, they're that sweet, and they just last. So they're just present. So that's all I have for you guys today, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love, Jay.